Hi, it's Joey and today I'm going to be watching The Clone Wars Season 3, Episode 1, Clone Cadets, which is the next one chronologically. This one, though, takes place after the movie, I'm pretty sure. So it's next to it after the movie, then it's the beginning of Season 1. I'm going to be back up to date with how I should be doing it chronologically. So I wonder if we're going to meet any of the clones that we previously, well, futurely met / previously have met in the previous ones. I'm guessing it's going to be some sort of fresh batch of clones, shinies out on their first mission or whatever. I'm really enjoying this show so far. A reminder as always that you can find the unedited version of my reactions on my Patreon up to 2 weeks in advance, and you can also get the edited versions 1 week early as well. And thank you so much for watching. Let's go! Unless they betray you to the Separatists.
These cadets must first be subjected to intense physical and mental training.
At least they get trained. Yeah, that's their whole life, it's all they know. But I love seeing the training though. As much as I have my qualms about, I can't say that word, about this, I love seeing it.
Just relayed orders from you. Heard the orders, Echo. Stop calling me that. Stop repeating every order.
You're being an Echo. Is he gonna get himself killed, or is this like an effective team?
Thanks, CT-2755.
Good job.
Orders. This is our last practice test. Will you shut up with instructions?
Maybe he should be. Someone should be.
The Citadel course was constructed to be a difficult challenge.
It's their dysfunction though. They need more team building.
These cadets are far from ready.
Give them more training. Like, you don't need to relegate them all the way down to just sort of maintenance, although their lives would probably be much better off.
The one they call
Tell that 99 to drag away the mess called Dominoes.
They need more team building exercises.
Because most clones pass. Yeah, but not all of us, right, Shorty?
Don't be mean.
I'm thinking like an ARC trooper. ARC troopers follow orders. And repeat. Come on,
Oh,
Cut it out.
down to maintenance with you.
Focus on fighting droids. Even this bad batcher 99 has more sense than you guys do, and he's a maintenance clone.
Poor dude. Oh, was that just a bad batch? Was that like, if they like stooped over like that because the cloning went wrong? Poor guy. The new TV show is going to be called The Bad Batch. Well, there is one of them. Is that going to involve clones that were in the maintenance crew, or is that just a coincidental term? Teamwork, work together.
Sometimes our efforts are less than successful.
Wonderful.
suggesting
At the very least, send them to maintenance. At the most, give them more training. I'm sorry these clones you bred specifically for warfare aren't up to it for you. I'm really glad we're getting more of a look into how they're trained. Because while I don't agree with how and why, but it's necessary and at least it's quite thorough, I hope.
Guys.
Are you?
Time to watch the dominoes fall.
Rude. Brotherhood. Though I suppose this is kind of like a school. I mean, yeah, do not send out unready people to fight and die.
You play right. Droid base, behind you.
You didn't go right.
Down. I think he's injured. Leave him. Come on.
Is he actually injured?
This time, mildly. Broke formation. Disobeyed orders.
Yep.
And you left a man behind. You broke rule number 1.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Why do you care about
Give them more training and team
I
building.
care about getting paid.
Which is why Fives and I are looking out for each other.
as individuals, but not as a group.
It's too late now. It's not going to benefit you to make you
Solve
change.
problems as a whole, not as individuals.
Wise
I have
words.
decided
As I can tell, you're the reason your squad's a failure.
Well, I'll take that as a compliment.
God.
It's a big joke to you. You're a real cut-up, aren't you?
This is not right.
Another you'll be out of this army. Count on it.
I mean, you abuse your cadets by punching them, so you shouldn't get paid.
You're going AWOL.
Mm.
Just go back to... Would you stop calling me that. Or just numbers, 99. Just numbers. Not to me.
Not to each other.
You've always had a name.
The system is messed up, but you matter. To me. Can you talk to each other, please, and bond?
Well, see,
Orders came in clear, mates. Nothing to repeat, Echo. Not today. day.
They're
How's
all
that shoulder treating you? I'll live.
they're all feeling more
We all
pumped
know what we have to do.
and work as a team, my loves. I feel like I'd still, even if they passed this test, I'd want them to do a few more weeks of training to check that this wasn't a fluke.
Been doing great. We might actually pass. Not so fast. Still got the Citadel.
But you know what to do.
They're not on our belts. Just when things seemed easy. We can't scale the face without them.
What did you do? I thought you had faith they'd be the best, right? Well, the
I mean, to be fair, they all should have some kind of test where there's something like that missing, because on the field, if that happens,
unfair to the cadets.
if that happens,
Adversity in war is a constant.
they all should have a test where, you know,
It's cheated.
The enemy won't play fair either.
agreed.
Let's form a chain and use each other to scale this face.
Teamwork.
Guns are
Go, 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 go.
No unit has shown such ingenuity.
No one had to show such ingenuity because they had the grappling hooks.
They were well trained. Perhaps the finest soldiers I've ever seen.
Well,
Now a lifetime of war for you if you survive it.
Next stop.
We are a team.
Brothers.
Us, 99. To have a brother like you.
Yeah. I hate that because he was, you know,
This is goodbye, I guess.
not as he should be when they came out of the cloning thing. He's just got to do the most mundane of jobs. And they have droids and things that could do that.
Each other again. I mean, how else am I supposed to get this back from you?
Oh. Like, there are admin jobs he could do,
You're one of us.
rather than making him be lesser. Because it's not even like he failed the training. Go have fun in the war. I really enjoyed the episode. I really enjoyed getting to see the clone training facility. We definitely saw them towards the end, but sort of seeing the layout of it, how they are split into the teams to train with from the very beginning, which just makes sense, kind of building up the cohesive unity. I do think that, like, if at the beginning of training you kind of sense that some personalities just aren't meshing, it's probably okay to move them around, but I like the fact that they're very determined to not let clones that aren't ready out into the field. My criticism of it is if they're not ready, they're like, well, they're totally useless, chuck them into maintenance. Like, the options shouldn't be trooper, clone trooper, or maintenance. No, like, I'm sorry, especially if any clones that come out of the cloning procedure wrong don't have to become maintenance people, especially not when I imagine that is a painful task for him. There will be admin, there'll be so many jobs that guy 99 could be doing rather than one he's been forced to do. And just for clones that failed the test, did either A, give them more, like, why were they failing? They were failing because they were dysfunctional as a group. Give them more team building exercises, train them up more, or offer them other alternative jobs that aren't being troopers. They just, it doesn't rest easy with me. But I did enjoy kind of seeing the way that one of the instructors was not giving up on them, and that the Jedi, you know, she wanted to keep fighting with them. She wanted them to make it and to find the Brotherhood. And I loved everything 99 said about the Brotherhood, because I have serious issues with the concept of clones, and I always have done with this ever since I watched the third. I've lost track of which movie it is. The movie where the clones come into it. My brain is not working. I have had concerns about them. Be a second one, won't it? But I love the Brotherhood aspects of it. The fact that they are a Brotherhood. And that really what was bringing down that team was that they were not acting like brothers. Now, we also saw a bit of that with Bravo team being like, time to watch the dominoes fall. Like, if you're brothers, and that's all that matters, you should be encouraging them, like, you can do it. Now, I get that also they are human, they are living beings, so they are basically at school together, and at school you have the cliques and, like, the mean girls, and, like, Bravo team were basically the mean girls. But I kind of like that once they're out in the field, they are a lot more kind of, everyone is one, like, all for one for all. That is really what they live by, and to see that kind of is instilled in them from the academy, even if it's not done very well necessarily. But I enjoy getting an insight into the training and the final test. I think that actually them not having the ropes was perfect to show that they can cope. Because in a war, something like that is going to come up. You know, the exfil that you're waiting for isn't going to turn up, or you're going to fly your ship in and then it's going to get blown up in the beginning of the fight. And oh my god, how are we going to... Like, there'll be so many scenarios where you have to think on your feet and you have to be able to trust in your team and work together. And they showed that they could do that. Bravo team, everything went perfectly. So we don't know if Bravo team is going to be able to do that. So I do think that, like, going forward, Bravo team would really need to, like, should have been tested for something like that. They all should be tested where something doesn't go to plan, however, whatever it is. Whether it's, you know, they start the exercise and then suddenly, unexpectedly, there are people behind them, you know. I do think that that should be necessary. But I did enjoy this episode. I'm glad that the team made it. And I'm annoyed at myself because I know I recognise those names, but I can't think what mission it was. My instinct is it was the Yoda mission, because that one is coming up soon. It's like it's the second episode after this one. And I know he got to learn all of their names, but it also could be any of them. Really did enjoy this episode though. A reminder, you can find the unedited version of my reactions 2 weeks in advance on Facebook. On Facebook? What am I talking about? On Patreon. And you can also get the edited versions a week early on there too. But you can't find any of them on Facebook. Thank you so much for watching.